Okay, let's talk about this. Have you ever picked up a book, gotten 2 sentences in, and then suddenly felt your brain just melt? Like your ability to focus has completely disappeared? Well, you're not alone. So today, we're going to break down exactly how to get that attention span back and actually finish the books you keep buying.
Oh man, I feel this in my bones. You buy all these amazing books, right? They look so good on the shelf, super intellectual. But then, when it's actually time to sit down and read, suddenly, the privacy policy for your new smart toaster seems way more fascinating. We've all been there.
But here is the really good news. This is totally fixable. And you don't need some kind of crazy rise and grind mindset or, daily ice baths to do it.
And it's really important to get this. This isn't some kind of personal failure. Our brains have literally been rewired by this constant fire hose of short, snappy content. You know the feeling. You sit down to read a chapter, and the next thing you know, it's 3 hours later, and you've been watching someone pressure wash a driveway on TikTok. That right there, that's the gelatinized attention span in action.
So where do we keep going wrong? Well, for a lot of us, it starts right here with what I call the go big trap.
You know the drill. We get all motivated, new year, new me, and we swear we're going to read 50 pages every single night. And this plan is absolutely brilliant until, day 2. You're exhausted from work, your ex Denise sends you that weird cryptic text, and bam, you're back to doom scrolling until your eyes feel like they're full of sand. This all-or-nothing approach is basically designed to fail.
So, the real secret? It isn't some massive life overhaul. It's just about getting 1% better. That's it. Real change, the kind that actually sticks, is slow, it's incremental, and honestly, it's kind of boring. But it's what actually works.
Okay, so how do we actually do that 1% thing? Well, our first practical move starts right here, designing our environment. This is all about accepting one simple truth. Your environment is way, way more powerful than your willpower.
I mean, let's be real. Willpower is a tank that runs out. By the end of the day, most of us are running on fumes. So, the key is to stop trying to force yourself to do the right thing, and instead, just design your space so that the right thing becomes the easiest thing to do.
And here's the simple 2-step trick to do that. First, you add friction to the bad habit. So instead of charging your phone next to your bed, plug it in across the room, or even in the kitchen. Make it a real pain to get to. Then you remove friction from the good habit. You put your book right on your pillow. You can't miss it. This outsmarts that little monkey part of your brain that's always just hunting for the easiest dopamine hit.
All right, now we're getting to the absolute heart of this whole thing. Seriously, if you take away just one thing from all this, make it what we're about to cover. These next few ideas are total game changers for breaking through that wall of, I don't wanna.
So first up, we've got a brilliant idea from James Clear's Atomic Habits called habit stacking. It's so simple. You just anchor the new habit you want, reading, onto a habit you already do without thinking. Like, after I brush my teeth, I will read 2 pages. It just wires it into your brain's sequence. First this, then that. It's like a tiny little domino that kicks off a much bigger chain reaction.
Okay, but what about those nights when you've done everything right, the phone is in the other room, the book is on your pillow, but you still feel that resistance, that invisible wall that makes you want to go organize your sock drawer instead? What do you do then?
This, right here, this number is the single most important takeaway from this entire explainer. This is the key that unlocks everything else.
And here's the rule itself. Your goal is not to read a chapter. Your goal is not to read for half an hour. Your goal is just to read 2 crappy pages. That's it. Why? Because the hardest part is never the thing itself, it's just getting started. It's breaking inertia. And 2 pages is so small, so pathetic, that your brain can't even put up a good fight.
And here's where the magic happens. A lot of the time, once you read those 2 pages, you'll think, that wasn't so bad, and you'll just keep going. But even if you don't, even if you stop right there, you still showed up. You reinforce the habit. You still win the day.
And hey, if you need one more trick up your sleeve, try this. Temptation bundling. You just pair the thing you should do with the thing you want to do. So for example, you only let yourself have that fancy morning coffee while you're reading. I personally read an entire nonfiction book once by making a rule that I was only allowed to eat those little mini ice cream cones from Trader Joe's while I was reading. Hey, whatever works.
Okay, so let's zoom out from all the little tricks and tactics for a minute. Because building a habit that actually lasts is about more than just life hacks. It's about changing how you fundamentally see yourself.
This is the big question you have to ask yourself.
Is your goal just to finish this one book? Or is your goal to become a reader? See, chasing a goal is temporary, but building an identity, that's for life.
I absolutely love this way of framing it. Every single time you read, even if it's just 1 or 2 pages, you are casting a vote for being the type of person who is curious, who learns, who is a reader. These tiny little actions are what actually build the person you want to become.
And that leads to this crucial point. Stop aiming for these perfect, hour-long, distraction-free reading sessions. A mediocre reading session where you were kind of distracted but still got through 3 pages, that is infinitely better than skipping it altogether. Why? Because you still cast your vote. You deepen the habit. Consistency will always beat perfection.
So it all just boils down to this one question. Don't worry about the whole book. Don't worry about next week. Just focus on tonight. What are the 2 crappy pages you're going to read? Go pick them out.